Hey guys, it's Squid. Welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody is doing well today. So, I was over at the house working. I had set up that stream because I told everybody I was moving and I wanted to be prepared. Um, sorry, I'm just saving this in a different place. Um, I wanted to be prepared just in case that a document was dropped. I know the judge is on vacation. However, you know, uh, Bubble seems to like to file things. And I'm sorry, I have no makeup on, no hair done, like I was cleaning. So thanks for everybody. Like, yeah, King Paco. If you look earlier, I did a random stream where it was echoey. It was very echoey, but I did a house tour while nobody was there and there's nothing there. There's some stuff in the pantry now, and that's about it. Um, happy Kevin Kern, you're so bad. But this Valentine's Day, I didn't get anything from Mr. Squid, so to speak, but I didn't ask for anything in the sense of 2 years ago, he gave me coronavirus for Valentine's Day. Last year, we all had influenza. Um, so this year we got a house. Like, I am not sick. I don't have the flu. I don't have the beer virus. Like we're good. I didn't want anything. His birthday is in a couple of days too, and so is the anniversary of my surgery. So like you got a house. I mean, damn. Yeah, but technically, like, well, um, like 10 minutes after it was filed, it was referred to the judge, and everything is generally referred to the judge for review. Um, but I figured that with the judge being on vacation, um, and I don't know how long he's on vacation, I didn't ask, but I know that Bubbles likes to file things on the weekends. When it seems like there's a day or two of people to talk about it before he makes a decision or before the judge gets to see it. So he likes to file things on Fridays. I've kind of noticed, and Saturdays, um, which is weird, but once again, it's Beelzebubbles. So, you know, oh, this weekend I'm going to sage it. So, but that by the time we move, um, there's no stuff. This year you get new diseases from the old. Sorry, I. It's one of those things of like I'm cleaning everything. That way we start on a fresh note. But the good thing is like he didn't even take the cover or like how when you buy new appliances like there's a film that's on the front so that you don't they don't get scratched when you're moving. Well, he never took the plastic off of the front of the front of the dishwasher. So I did. Um you're not late. I haven't started yet. We always do like 5 minutes of just seeing how everybody's doing, letting you know how the day went for people to get in here because YouTube doesn't always like to give notifications and all that fun stuff. So it takes a little bit for a lot of people to get in here. So the 5-10 minutes of like, you know, Tony, we do. The judge is on vacation, I guess, starting yesterday. I don't know. I don't know exactly when. I just know he's going on vacation. So hey, Papa Jim, how are you? Boy, everybody is everybody's filing on in. The little and daddy are out for a golf cart ride, and I have my dinner sitting in front of me because I have had some string cheese and some beef jerky um and a package of fruit snacks. Next week we have time to get like things set up and things cleaned, and the movers couldn't get to us till the end of next week, so that and then with him working, and I need to do some touch up painting because the guy worked from home, so you could see where his desk was and like rubbing up against the wall. So I have some stuff to do. Um, I have some touch up painting and stuff to do, so I'm gonna do that Monday. Yes, on your way in, please smash the like button. If you have not subscribed, we are trying to make it to 5K by summertime. I have no idea if it's going to happen. It's a lofty goal, but we are trying to get there because on this channel, we talk about this topic, but we also talk about other court cases. We talk about how the government screws our lives. I was Doge before Doge existed. I was talking about what the government spent grifting money on that had nothing to do with us last year. And I'd like to inform people about the government because if we don't know what people's jobs are and their job descriptions are, what they're supposed to be doing, we don't know how to hold them accountable. And I am all about holding the state and the federal government accountable, hold your local governments accountable because they're supposed to work for us. And when they start doing shit that ain't for us, you have to hold them accountable. Marcus King, thank you for getting us started with a $9.99 super chat. Congratulations on your new house. And Uncle Frank's Kids LLC, thanks for the $2. How are you? I am so glad to see that freaking name. I am so glad to see that as an LLC. Y'all are awesome. I've been wondering how you guys were doing. I was going to text you the other day, but I figured y'all were busy. So, oh, and Debbie, thank you for the $10 Cash App for the baby girl. Thank you. I appreciate it. I am redoing her room. Well, I'm touching up painting her room first because I bought some tiles. So we have hardwood floors or vinyl laminate, the luxury vinyl plank flooring, the fake hardwood. But you can tell that it's on a slab of concrete. So like it's hard and so her room is going to be unicorn themed, and I have a a picture that's actually audio tiles, so sound absorbing tiles that is in the shape of a rainbow, but it almost looks like a watercolor splashes in a rainbow. It's pretty cool. And then I bought from Amazon, like the gym floor tiles. Well, they have carpeted ones, and I got her some of those so we can, have some fun putting together a carpet with a little bit of padding for her to play on her floor. So yes, I got it. Thank you so much for the $10 Cash App for the baby girl. I appreciate it. Y'all are so awesome. Working and trying to get the LLC off the ground. That is so good to hear. If you haven't checked it out, Uncle Frank's Kids LLC, our dear friend Uncle Frank who passed away, he took special needs kids fishing, and they wanted to start a nonprofit or a business to keep taking those kids fishing. So even without Uncle Frank, all the hard work that Uncle Frank was doing with those kids can still go on. So you're gonna be mad, Allie. It's like 60 and sunny. It's supposed to be in the 50s, but like the 50s is as low as it's supposed to go during the day. It's supposed to get down into the 30s at night, but that doesn't last. So let's you will make it. You're like a runaway train. It's one of those things of I just do me. I just do what I do, and I don't let other people what they're doing. I don't let what other people are doing. I don't let that let that do with that. I don't let anybody else's channels affect mine. Be careful with the electrifying plank. You can only put certain rugs on LVP. Thanks for that heads up. 70 here, 59. Well, you're in Florida. You're in hopefully everybody is doing well. All right, let's get into this fun, if you want to call this emotion. It's 6 pages. It shouldn't take us that long to get through. Hey, My Adventures in Homebrewing, and hey, Flash Fan, how are you? All right. So, of course, U.S. District Court, Northern District of Florida, he fails to put in yet another motion, Gainesville Division. So if you compare that to any other person's motion, Randy's motions, and even the judge's orders, it says Gainesville Division. There's a reason for that. FRCP 60B, motion for reconsideration, forum nonconvenience, 28 U.S. Code 1404A. Go Brewers. I liked you until that statement. Just kidding. The defendants, Lynette Michelle Preston and John Cook, moved pursuant to FRCP 60B for reconsideration of the courts denying their motion to transfer pursuant to 28 U.S. Code 1404. A supporting memorandum follows in accordance to Local Rule 7.1e. Okay, I understand, but in Beelzebubbles' defense, I understand that even though it's the Gainesville division, he is trying to, the courthouse that they are actively using is Pensacola. I understand what he's trying to get at. However, that's not you can't do that. Like it would be different if it was like in the Southern District of Florida and you wanted to move it to the Northern District. But two courthouses within the same district, I do not believe that that is up to the I don't think that's up to the judge. I think that is up to where they have space to get you in a reasonable amount of time. What happened? What happened? What happened? She comes running in and crying. Yeah, but the judge said the trial would be in Gainesville, and that's the other part of it. He already did this, and even though the judges' chambers are in Pensacola, there is a good chance this will be in Gainesville because of the fact that judges move back and forth quite frequently. It's just one of those. Yeah, and we can go back and we can look at the other motion because it's just one of those things of like for Baby Squid's Cookie and Banana Fun. Thank you, My Adventures in Homebrewing, for the Canadian $5. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, but I have a feeling this is going to be one where the judge is like, you don't need to reply. It's just so bizarre. It's beyond bizarre that you're stressing this issue. Yeah, it's one of those things of like, I understand this rule tries to make it as convenient as possible for all parties involved. However, you can't transfer it from one courthouse to another. You can transfer divisions if I'm understanding the rule correctly. And I have a feeling that I'm going to get a wacko email saying that someone, when I tell people not to email me, someone's going to still email me. I just have this feeling. Ruling said the trial was always in Gainesville, but their office is in Pensacola and they go between courthouses. No promise pretrial hearings will be in Gainesville, but they will try to accommodate. Yeah, and the fact that he's picking this battle, this is the hill you want to die on? Like this the hill you want to die on? Oh. Thank you, Rick Friend, for the $2 super chat. Baby Squid Banana Fund. Watch, I bet the judge says the trial won't be in Pensacola because Bruce is ignoring the judge. It's almost like he doesn't read what the judge actually writes. He reads what he wants to read. All right. Memorandum in support of rule of FRCP 60B motion for reconsideration. Rule 60B1 provides for relief from an order for mistake or inadvertence, and 60B6 for any reason that justifies relief. The defendants respectfully submit that mistake and inadvertence, as well as prejudice to the defendants of being unable to procure local counsel in Gainesville, warrant reconsideration for the denial of transfer. What do you mean procure local counsel in Gainesville? You are their counsel. You're in Massachusetts. So that you're their counsel. So I don't understand why you're trying to find more, or why you're trying to find more counsel just to run up attorney's fees, because you are their counsel. Or are you trying to get out of it? And by them having another attorney, you have the right to file a motion for withdrawal. But that's just me speculating. Oy, 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 oy. The court's order mistakenly characterized the defendant's motion as asking to transfer this case from Gainesville Division. As stated, there is no merit to that request because, as reflected the case caption above, this case is already in the Gainesville Division and has been since the day it was filed. Yeah, that's. Oy, 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 oy. More lawyers, less he has to pay when he loses. I mean, in fact, the first paragraph of defendant's motion acknowledged that the case was already in the Gainesville Division and made clear that the issue was the location of the courthouse where the proceedings would be held. Oh. The defendants, Lynette Preston and John Cook, moved pursuant to 28 U.S. Code 1404A to transfer further proceedings and action to the Gainesville Federal Courthouse on the grounds of forum nonconvenience. This case was filed in the Gainesville Division, which covers Levy County, where the parties and in-state witnesses reside, but proceedings were assigned to Pensacola, the furthest location in the Northern District from Levy County. You don't get a choice on where it was assigned. You get a choice of division. You don't get a choice on where it was assigned. Yeah, Bruce inserted himself into this. Where is he going to find another attorney who'll take this case pro bono? He won't. There's the $1 million question, but one that I really don't care about. I think he's trying for a new judge because Judge McDreamy isn't helping him like he thinks she should. Yeah. I think he'll go to James Owens. Good Lord. Good Lord. I would pay to see that. I would donate to their legal fees just to see that, because that would be icing on the proverbial cake for me. The defendants supported their motion with legal authority on every pertinent factor, but the court's order did not discuss the authority cited in the defendant's motion. The court mistaken description and terse summary denial of the defendant's motion became an immediate cause celebrate on YouTube among the plaintiffs, supporters, and surrogates, and Blues song was written Gainesville to Gainesville, mocking the undersigned based on the court's order. I just can't. James Owens was Sarah Boone's attorney. And if you aren't familiar with Sarah Boone is the Orange County, Florida woman who stuffed her boyfriend at the time into a suitcase, and where he is no longer with us. And he also she also filmed it and was too drunk to realize she filmed it. So when the cops looked at her phone, that's what they found. Oy vey. Oh my goodness, where's Jimmy Hoffa? There's $1 million question now, isn't it? The court apparently inadvertently overlooked the prejudice to the defendant's ability to find local counsel due to proceedings being held in Pensacola, as explained in the defendant's motion. Gainesville is 3 times larger than Pensacola, and as such, the undersigned will be more likely to find and retain local counsel for proceedings there. In fact, the undersigned is in discussions with both a Gainesville firm and a Jacksonville solo attorney, but their potential involvement would hinge on proceedings being transferred to Gainesville. Right here, you should have said to word yourself better, Gainesville Courthouse. Gainesville Courthouse. And not any other location in the Northern District of Florida. A Gainesville lawyer is willing to help find local counsel there, wrote to the undersigned that it would be pointless for them to approach any lawyers about the case unless proceedings are to be held in Gainesville. See Exhibit A attached here too. The order denying defendant's original motion, footnote 1, explains that there is no right to have a hearing held in a particular division within a district. You just answered your own question. You literally just answered your own issue. So you had a problem with the way the judge denied you, and then you say right here, there is no right to have a hearing held in a particular division within a district. I believe the judge in this case would know better than Bubbles about the federal rules of civil procedure and what can and can't be done. Nobody has a right to tell anybody in which courthouse it can be held. That is up to the judge. That is up to the division of which it's up to the judge and all the clerk of courts and all that and all the staff which places get assigned. Like where I'm sure the people of Florida know Florida better than Bruce, know that Pensacola is farther away from Levy County, but it's either here or wait another year. And yeah. Reading the book, How to Lose Your License in 10 Days. How to use license first, second, and last chapter says, do what BBB is doing and you will achieve your goal. Yeah, and we can also look at the original motion or the original judge's order and make sure. No, Bubbles wants to move to the courthouse that's closer to Otter Creek. If I'm understanding Florida's geography, Levy County is closer to Gainesville than it is to Pensacola. Any of my my Florida people can tell me I'm wrong or I'm right. Yeah, this is right here. He's trying to sucker another lawyer to taking this so he can bail on the case. It's yeah, and the thing is I feel like in every court case and every trial I watch, some things go your way and some things don't. And guess what? You have to either take it up on appeal if you lose or just suck it up and deal with it. Like it's one of those things that no court case, even if you think a prosecution has a slam dunk case, there's still things that don't go their way. There's still things where you're like, oh, I hate that the judge did that. But guess what? The judge has the authority to do that, and you just kind of got to suck it up and move on. But it seems like every time that something doesn't go his way, he cries that it's prejudice. And it's like, no, sometimes things don't go your way. Like, it's just things don't go your way. Yeah. It's, yeah. Jeanette, yeah, Gainesville's closer to Otter Creek. I thought so, because Pensacola is all the way over by Alabama, and Gainesville is like right around the bend. Big Bend. It's closer to the Big Bend. He is trying to get the judge dropout removed since Jeremy got a judge removed. I think so too. But the thing is about the judge grudge, to Thomas's, he was litigating from the bench, which you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to do. Yes, we will. I will definitely do that when we are through with this. We are on page 3 of 6. So we are over halfway done. Oh. All right. The order denying the defendant's original motion, footnote 1, explains there's no right to have a hearing held in a particular division within a district, but nothing in the defendant's motion suggested they were asserting such a right. Oh, this one right here is another thing, because nothing in defendant's motion suggested they were asserting a right. You requested it being moved from Pensacola to Gainesville. So that right there is asserting a right. Like, you want it moved. He said no, and now you're asking again. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I heard about that, and I might discuss that, and I might not. I kind of like, part of me wants to read it, and then part of me is like, it would be beating a dead horse by the time I get to it. So, I will be talking about the thumbnail case tomorrow during my weekend update, because I don't want to make it a stream by itself, but it is important to talk about. So, in response to the defendant's motion offered straightforward reasons and legal authority for transferring proceedings to Gainesville Federal Courthouse under 28 U.S. Code 1404A. You weren't convincing enough. The judge did not like your case law that or your citations. It's just it happens sometimes. You think you have a great case and the judge says no. That doesn't mean the judge is immoral, prejudice, or anything. That just means the judge said no. The local Levy County case flash N. I have the latest motion from there. I'm waiting to threaten the judge with litigation. It's his MO. Yeah, and I did talk to the attorney on Friday about if she could refer me to anybody. So I'm gonna take her advice and do what she says because she's a really good attorney. All right. In response to requesting his consent to transferring proceedings, the plaintiff's counsel emailed January 14th threatening sanctions if the motion to transfer were filed. What you are doing is a thinly veiled attempt to remove the magistrate. This will be brought out and fleshed out in detail in our reply, along with a Rule 11 motion for sanctions, and possibly even a count against you for abuse of process. He didn't respond, but I don't expect a federal judge or his I never expected a response. He's too busy. Like he's got a lot of things on his plate, and my email, although important to this case, is not important for me to get a response. The fact that Bruce emailed me when I told him not to, and also the fact that I'm just getting ahead of any threats to sue me with, like a restraining order and shit. So, I'm hi. I'm just getting ahead of anything. I did not. I had no reason to talk to Randy. I mean, if Randy wants to reach out to me for anything, I'd be more than happy to speak with him. However, I'm not. He's got enough on his plate than me, and Jeremy knows about the emails, so that's all that counts. Hi. Oh, thank you. So Jeremy knows about the emails. Like, that's if he wants to reach out to me and ask me any questions, I'd be more than happy to talk to him. However, like, I'm not going to bug him. So I did email it to the judge just because that's like, especially in what Shizzy had said about in Georgia, because I'm in Georgia, about that email trying to make me a party and possibly being able to. I wanted to get ahead of that too by saying I received this email. I am not a party to this case, nor do I want to be a party to this case. Until a bench subpoena comes in and you're requested to testify. You know what? I could use a Florida vacation. Yep, this was filed by Beelzebubbles. It is another a second motion to move the case to Gainesville. And he's arguing that he didn't mean Gainesville Division. He meant Gainesville Courthouse. Like, which I understood what he meant the first time. But so if I understood what he meant, and I'm a layperson, I'm pretty sure the judge understood what he meant as well. However, the judge said no, and yet he's still here complaining. And we're all laughing at him because of the fact that the judge even said, you can't do that. You don't get a choice. I can try, but you, at the end of the day, you will go where I tell you to go. And he didn't. And we are going to look at the first one after I get done with this one. So it's and knock it off, Blair. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Congrats on your new day. It looks like a wonderful space. Ducey will try any coattails he can, so do keep your guard up. I'm not. I don't want to talk to him. I have no desire to talk to him. I've asked him not to email me. And so far, since I've asked again, since I got those 2 emails last weekend, I have not heard from him, and I'm grateful for that. So that's the goal, is for him to not And Gail, quit presenting her reading like she does is helping me understand the crazy stuff. Her people in her chat are knowledgeable. Well, and it's the thing of, like, I like to interact with my chat because I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a paralegal. Some of y'all know Florida law more than me. So when I read it and I look like that doesn't make any sense to me, and some of y'all explain it, it's like, oh, we can figure this out together. Like I am not, just because I have the document doesn't mean I'm the like the all being, all knowing, all knowing squid with the document. It's just, but when sometimes I look at stuff and I'm like, that's not right. Like that does not, like no other, like I've read a lot of legal documents, and even though I'm not a lawyer, I've read a lot of documents, and some of the things don't seem to make sense. I was talking to this lawyer on Thursday, and I kind of told her a little bit about what was going on, and she was like, "You're kidding me, right?" And he was like, "If you think it can't get any weirder, it does. Like, if you think it can't get any weirder, it does. It does." Like, uh, to be clear, the defendant's original motion and the present one have nothing to do with who will preside, but only seek to have the proceedings be accessible and be able to find local counsel in Gainesville to assist with the litigation as soon as possible, even for issues heard remotely. Guess what? You took this case knowing they were in Florida and you were in Massachusetts. So that local counsel shit is your problem. Like, your problem. Like, uh, mm. The plaintiff's counsel demanded the undersigned correct your misrepresentation. The court orders noted in footnote 2, defendant's motion indicates document 54 at 15 and 1 that plaintiff's counsel had refused to confer over the telephone in an effort to narrow the issues raised in a pending motion to compel. The referenced footnote in the defendant's motion stated plaintiff's counsel adamantly refuses any phone communication, including any additional calls in furtherance of narrowing issues raised in the plaintiff's motion to compel. He's bringing this up again. Like he brings up these nitpicky things. Like he focuses on the wrong thing. Like you have bigger fish to fry than this. Yet here you are complaining about it again. The judge is sick of it. When the judge is sick of it, that means don't talk about it. Like, what the fuck is he asking a local attorney? He's working under Stark to be the attorney. It, it's just one of those. He's looking for local counsel in Gainesville, and it's just one of those like. It's just a head scratcher because like I understand why it's easier for her local counsel. However, Bubbles took this case knowing that they were in Florida, and he was not. So this is not a yes, and this is another thing. What does this page right here have to do with Gainesville? He puts things in motions. He reminds me of a politician who writes a bill about, like, say he writes a bill about funding Medicare, but put shit for Ukraine in it, something that has nothing to do with the other, but they put a bunch of bullshit in it. But it's supposed to be one motion, one topic. One motion, one topic. One motion, one topic. I like one bill, one topic. That's the way my brain wants to work when it comes to federal politicians. One bill, one topic. Legal filings, one document, one topic. He's yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Like Bubbles for president, I'm leaving the country. I mean 9,000 to leave immediately. That's not a bad thing. See, the side note, the problem I have with the whole IRS thing is like we are subject to audits at any time, any day. Why isn't the federal government? Why does everybody have a problem with the people who who take our money having to show where they put that money? And I'm sorry if you've ever been to usaspending.gov, it is a nightmare trying to find it. So it all being exposed. Like y'all have followed me long enough. You've seen I've been on usaspending.gov trying to find stuff, and it's hard. It's hard. Like uh he does. He does. And I think it was Stark who did it. So, yes, the government being audited is a great idea. And the fact that people are The fact that people are angry with Elon for finding where the government what stupid things the government spent our money on, but people aren't mad at the government for spending our money on stupid stuff, it just blows my mind. But that's another topic for another day, and we will, when we are in the new house, we will go over that. Like, hey, Taz. Ugh. Oh, yeah. The plaintiff's counsel emailed the undersigned minutes after the order was issued. Counsel, if you do not correct your misrepresentation, we will be filing a motion for sanctions. This is not the first time you've misrepresented something to this court. It's not. It will be brought up in any event, but if you do this in the future, this will be at your peril. I expect to see a filing correcting your footnote, even though your motion was denied so fast it made me think we have a new high-speed line directly to the judiciary in this country. Okay, I believe that this last line, he should not have put in there. Sometimes Randy, in my opinion, and I don't know what's going through his head, so I'm not going to assume, but sometimes he gets a little too snarky. Like, he understands that Bubbles is making mistakes, but he gets snarky with it, which is what makes the judge angry. Just let him make his own mistakes and stop being snarky and doing things to make the judge mad. That's where I have my issues with Randy. Because I would not have said this, because anything you tell Bubbles, he's going to put out in public. He's either going to read it on a stream or he is going to go crying to the judge. So sometimes, Randy, I understand this so much. However, there is a difference between what I would say if someone showed up at my front door and I was having a conversation with them that was not being recorded, and something that's going to be possibly either read on the internet or put in a motion, and the judge is going to see it. Like, there is a line between what I would say in an email and what I would say on a phone call that's not being recorded. Like, emails are forever. So, like, it's just I completely understand the fact that he's fed up. Everybody is fed up with Bubbles. But there are certain things that I would say to Bubbles on a phone call that I will never say on this YouTube stream, because YouTube is forever. So, like, there is a way that you have to approach it. And this is where if I were Randy, I'd be looking squeaky freaking clean, because the more squeaky clean you are, the worse Bubbles looks. But when things are put in, when snarky and snippy things are put into emails that are put into motions, to me, it's dropping down to Bubbles' level. And right now is the time where I would want to be, if I were Randy, I would want to be squeaky freaking clean, because the better I look and the more decorum that I have, the worse he looks. But that's just how I operate, because I'm petty like that. So that's how my petty side of my brain works. And there's two different types of petty. There's like illegal petty, and then there's just annoying petty. I'm the annoying petty, where I would be like, I would do everything perfectly. I would not be snarky. I would go over the roof, so to speak, to be as professional as I possibly could, because every ounce of professionalism that I have shows every ounce of professionalism the other counsel does not have. But that's just me. So, he's a circuit judge. So, yes, let us do the snarky. This is what we are here for. Yeah, that's that right there. Bubbles is trying to get under his skin, and he's falling for it every time. And it's like, it makes me want to be like, Randy, just stop. I know you want to. I know it's tempting, because I am as snarky as you, if not more. But, like, I will be the snark for you. I will. You can give me all the snark that you want to say to him, and I will read it, saying it's me. But, like, Just please don't be snarky, because this judge is pissed at you. This judge is fed up with everything. Speaking of bubbles. There you go. These are the only bubbles allowed near my house. I can't remember which lawsuit lawyer was, but they were covering a case where one of the lawyers was really good at getting those snarky comments about the other side in an enjoyable way. Yeah, I can't remember either, but whoop. Hold on. Hello, baby. Can we play bubbles in a little bit? Hey. There we go. Oy. She likes actual bubbles. Squidlet raid, yes. The undersigned responded, my footnote indicated additional calls in furtherance of narrowing issues and raised in the plaintiff's motion to compel. And so, although you quote the order and it does not clarify that the issue was additional calls, I have made no misrepresentation. To be clear, there was an initial phone conference pursuant to the court order, document 53, but the plaintiff's counsel refused several requests by the undersigned to complete an additional call to further confer prior to responding to the plaintiff's motion to compel. Maybe because you were acting like a jerk. And Randy tried, according to the judge's instructions, and then you said, like, sorry. And then y'all said, like, yeah, Johnny Depp's main attorney, Ben Chu, he was really snarky in emails to the other side, but even Amber Heard's attorneys didn't cry to the judge. Yeah, when Elaine doesn't cry to the judge, like, yeah. The plaintiff's counsel continuously refuses to respond to written efforts to narrow issues under Local Rule 71B, other than threats, insults, accusations, and sarcasm, and insists that any calls must be recorded for him to agree to confer on the phone under 71B. Guess what? Because you say things, Bubbles says stuff. I'm sure Bubbles acts like a toddler on the phone too. I'm sure. And if a phone call needs to be recorded, because no one trusts you. No one trusts you. But I don't wear headphones no more because of these streams. I'm sorry, Flash fan. With the exception of what if anything? Yeah. Yep. I believe it too. All right, footnote 1. Plaintiff's counsel communications on practically every issue include accusations, insults, sarcasm, comments, or threat of sanctions. Much time is always wasted. So you made a footnote for something you said. Plaintiff's counsel continues refuses to respond to written efforts to narrow issues under Local Rule 71B, other than threats, insults, accusations, and sarcasm. You literally put the same thing twice. That footnote was pointless. Conclusion. For the reasons in the original motion, document 54, and herein, the defendants respectfully ask the court to reconsider its denial of that motion and to issue a definitive order that pretrial proceedings require court attendance will be held in Gainesville. Oy. Oh, here we go. Bruce, this is in response to your request for some local help with aspects of the litigation referenced above. I understand that it's a lot to handle on your own given the distance involved. Whose fault is that? No one forced him to take this case. He took this case knowing he was in Massachusetts and they were in Florida. I have virtually no familiarity with the situation that is subject of the litigation, but as the former town attorney for Otter Creek, that explains so much. I have a sympathetic view of what you're dealing with. I am retired from litigation these days, so I do not practice in federal courts. I could try to line up local assistance for you and would be glad to, but I don't think that any of the attorneys I've approached or referred would be comfortable with the logistics now involved, given the case is being heard at great distance for where all the action appears to have taken place. There seems to be an anomalous disconnect between the area of interest and the site where the contested issues are being adjudicated, and this does not bode well for enlisting the support you seek. I wish I could be more helpful, but as it stands, there's little I can do. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Sorry, Bubbles. Sorry. Not sorry, not sorry. Moles love worms. Yay. Wonder why Bubbles didn't ask Silverman. Yep, this right here. Sounds like a personal problem. Sounds like a you problem, not a him problem. And he probably does know a little bit about this case and wants nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. I believe that was the name of the attorney that he emailed. I believe that attorney's last name is Worm. All right, so I am going to go into document 54. All right, let's see. The hell's documents. It was document 54, but I have to make this screen a lot bigger so that I can see this. 46, 47, 48, 49, 51. Okay. Here is document 55 is the judge's order. Yeah. 54 is the motion and 55 is the order. So we're going to share this one first. This was on January 14th. All right. So once again, he doesn't put anything, and I will show you if y'all will we'll see when we go to And Janice, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Attorney Worm, the one that turned down Deuce Foreskin ambulance chaser, was the town attorney for Otter Creek, where Lynette and Kirk lived, and Jeremy and George. Yeah, I just don't know when he was the attorney. Does anybody have the dates? But I appreciate that info. The more info I have, the better. Worm refused to represent Otter Creek in the lawsuit. The current town attorney is the one who settled the lawsuit. There's a lot. All right. This is his original motion. Motion to transfer pursuant to 28 Code 1404A. Okay, he does say the defendants, Lynette and Preston and John Cook, moved pursuant to 28 U.S. Code 1404 to transfer further proceedings in this action to the Gainesville Federal Courthouse on the grounds of forum nonconvenience. This case was filed in the Gainesville Division, which covers Levy County, where all the parties are in-state witnesses, but proceedings were assigned to Pensacola, the furthest location in the Northern District from Levy County. Guess what? Gainesville was the plaintiff's chosen forum, but was it? Was it? But he nevertheless refused to consent to a motion to transfer proceedings under Rule 28 U.S. Code 1404B, exploiting the inconvenience of Pensacola for his opponents. It's an inconvenience for him, too, because he has to pay Randy for the trip. Oy. Yeah. Worm was the attorney for 2 years ago before he left. Okay, so he was the attorney when Jeremy and George moved there. All right. And he brings up that stupid, that's what the win is. A lawsuit isn't to win, it's to make you spend all your money on a lawyer. And yet Bubbles is the one filing all these stupid motions. 28 U.S. Code 1404 states, for the convenience of the parties and witnesses in the interest of justice, a district court may Transfer any civil action to any other district or division where it might have been brought to any district or division where the parties have consented. 1, Jeremy didn't consent, apparently. And 2, may, not shall. Bubbles has a very poor way with words and understanding what words mean. May, like this right here, may transfer, not shall. The judge already told you no. The judge told you no. They told you no. And I'm like, hold on. Yes. The trial court finds that an adequate alternative forum exists, possesses jurisdiction over the whole case, including all of the parties. If the trial court finds that all relevant factors of private interest favor the alternate forum, weighing in the balance of strong presumption against disturbing plaintiff's initial forum choice. If the balance of private interest is at or near equipoise, okay. The court further finds that factors of public interest tip the balance in favor of trial in the alternate forum. Well, guess what? The public interest in this, 99% of it is on YouTube, where people can just watch on TV. And they don't have to be in the courthouse. So guess what? Guess what? The trial judge ensures the plaintiff can reinstate their suit in the alternate forum without undue inconvenience or prejudice. Guess what? He said no. He did put, I'll give him credit because he did put case law in here. However, the judge said no because it says may, not shall. May. Like it's oh my goodness. And he cites a bunch of things. Like finally there would be no issue with respect, and I'm skimming over this, with being able to reinstitute the case because transfer would not be a dismissal. See, and every factor for intradistrict transfers favors transfer to Gainesville. And he should have said Gainesville Courthouse. No, that will be Thursday at 1:30 with Captain Kern. So, yeah. It's just he already said no. He already said no. So to the extent they are relevant to a particular case, courts typically consider at least the following public and private factors. All these factors, which is fine. The judge already said no. Oh, here he uses red. This is the other. I knew I'd seen it before, but I knew I had seen it not very. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Indeed, various courts have identified the convenience of the witnesses as the most important factor in the Section 404A analysis. Well, guess what? This judge didn't. As the Florida listed witnesses in the plaintiff's initial disclosures reside in one of the following towns in Levy County: Otter Creek, Trenton, Bronson, Chiefland, Gainesville. The custodian of record of Levy County is also listed. No in-state witnesses are listed with address anywhere within 5 hours of Pensacola. What didn't Jeremy say it was a 4-hour drive, not a 5-hour? So I can't wait till she does. I can't wait. I know she has more, but 1, it's busy. 2, she's got other things going on, and 3, they've in the past they've threatened her, so she needs to make sure that she's good. And then he mentions all the punitive defendants that they were going to put in the new, but let's read the judges, because I've read this before. So let's read the judges' motion. Stupid. Stupid StreamYard makes me close it and stop sharing. I can't just share another document. Otter Creek to Pensacola is about 4 hours, 30 minutes. Otter Creek to Gainesville is about an hour. Squidlet. Squidlet. You need a handyman stuffed around the new house. Shiz snap shizzy. He'll wake up in the kitchen and make you a backsplash. All right. This is the judge's order. Look, you notice how the judge puts Gainesville Division in his orders? Like, it's just order this matter before the court on defendant's motion to transfer pursuant to 28 U.S. Code 1404A. No response by plaintiff is necessary. In the motion, defendants asked the court to transfer this case to the Gainesville Division. Okay, the judge did get it wrong. There's no merit to that request because, as reflected in the case captioned above, this case is already in the Gainesville Division and has been since the day it was filed. If there's a trial in this matter, then it will be held at the federal courthouse in Gainesville with the underside presiding. Okay. So Janice, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Love your Bob Uecker hoodie. Thanks. The back is cool too. So it's got the Brewers logo with a mic. Bob Uecker was the best. He will be missed. So it's just I understand the judge made a mistake this sentence right there. Like this, but this one means that he might have made a mistake, but he still got it right. If there is a trial in this matter, then it will be held in the federal courthouse in Gainesville with the undersigned presiding. Footnote 1, pretrial hearings will not necessarily occur in Gainesville, nor does any party have a right to a hearing or even a trial held in a particular division within a judicial district. See U.S. States v. Betancourt, 734. So I see that I know that the judge got this part wrong, but literally this is all that matters. If there is a trial in this matter, then it will be held in a federal courthouse with the undersigned presiding. And although the judge got this wrong, U.S. v. Betancourt, in my opinion, like the judge might have gotten this completely correct, and this is just my assumption based on what the law or what the federal rule said. But he said, nor does any party have a right to a hearing or even a trial held in a particular division. This could be changed and easily be adapted. Nor does any party have a right to have a hearing or even a trial held at a particular courthouse. It's just not, that's, yeah. It's just, and then he says the court will, however, consider holding pretrial hearings in Gainesville. Although the undersigned may be in Pensacola, judges in the Northern District of Florida are assigned civil cases district-wide and are not limited to a particular division. As the standing case assignment order reflects, the undersigned is assigned to 25% of all civil cases filed in the Gainesville Division. And this case is one of the 25%. Sorry, like you lost. Defendants, upon request of the parties, defendant's motion indicates the plaintiff's counsel has refused to confer over the telephone in an effort to narrow the issues raised in a pending motion to compel. That had better not be the case, considering that the court has specifically ordered counsel to confer by telephone regarding the issues raised in the motion to compel. The court therefore orders the parties to confer telephonically or in person regarding the issues raised in plaintiff's motion to compel. So I believe that, although Bubbles, I believe, has a point in this was technically wrong. He should have put courthouse and like made it a little more clear. But this is still, like, we looked at Bubbles in his motion cited 1404. I'm looking for it. Hold on. Um, da, 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 da. Where did I see that? Remember where I said may instead of should or shall? The order denying the defendant's motion, original motion, explains that there is no right to have a hearing held in a particular division within a district, but nothing in the defendant's motion suggests they were asserting such a right. Okay. That's not what I saw, but, you know. Let's go back. He brings up stuff that's not important. Oh, where was it? He brings up stuff that's not important. See, he does this on purpose. He brings stuff that's not important because, yeah, see, he says it will be held in Gainesville. Yeah, I believe that too. All right. Yep, right there. I Googled it. It was posted on my Facebook page, and then I just clicked on the link, and Google Euchre hoodie Nike. So there's reason baseball commentators sound so excited for plays as they're sitting there for 5-10 minutes and nothing. And then yay, they did something. It's just with the it it's so bizarre to me. I just can't I can't wrap my head around it because he does this and then but he brings up I would like to challenge him to go one motion without mentioning anything about YouTube. Just one time. Just one motion without anything about YouTube. That would be no. So he but it said may. It said may be in a different place, not shall. And guess what? He didn't want to. So yeah, muddy the waters. When you just can't explain. But yeah, there's that. It's just one of those things of the judge already told you no. The judge already told you no. And the judge already told you no. The judge already told you no. You don't have the right to make that request. You don't have the right to make that request. Yeah. There's this too. I felt that Bubbles' wording wasn't really clear. I'm not sure what he's doing, but there may be a method to his madness. Yeah, I'm concerned about that. He's always got a hidden agenda, it seems like. So, no means no. If you know, you know. If you know, you know, no. Yeah, no. All right. But Bubbles thinks he can. All right, with that, I'm going to eat my dinner because I'm actually hungry for the first time today. So, yes, this was a new filing. This was from Bubbles wanting the judge again to move it to the Gainesville courthouse, and we looked at the order and the original filing as well, and have decided that the judge already said it would be in Gainesville. Pre-trial hearings may not be, but the trial would be if it actually goes to trial. It's oh yeah. All right. Y'all have a great night. I am going to go eat my dinner and hang out with the fam. I am going to see if there is any place we can go. I can send y'all because I hate leaving you free to do your own thing on YouTube, go out in that wild world of YouTube all by yourself. Redirect. I will be doing a stream tomorrow morning at 9:45 or 10. We will talk about all the little updates from all the other little trials or hearings that aren't can't hold a stream by themselves. Nick Starro is doing the ASAP Rocky trial, so we will head over there. Tell him that I said hello, that he has good hair, and y'all have a great night. Let's make sure I got all these super chats. Yep, love the Euchre hoodie. Oh, sorry, my adventures in homebrewing. I missed yours. So when JH dealing with the town hall in Otter Creek about his water bill, Worm was the lawyer. That's what I'm thinking. I might be wrong, but that's what seems to make sense. All right, y'all have a great night. I will see you guys tomorrow. Come hang out with me in the morning. Bye.